Have you ever wondered what really gets a woman's attention in a conversation? In this video, we'll show you 8 powerful topics that will make women feel instantly connected and drawn to you. Drawing on Stoic ideas, we'll look at what topics go beyond the surface to help you have conversations that feel real and meaningful. Are you ready to find out what makes women melt? First, let's dive in. What amazing thing sustains the flame of love? In relationships, many people think that getting someone to love you is the hardest part. But that's only the start. Love isn't something you get and then forget about. How powerful are deep conversations? On autopilot, constant care is necessary for this journey, and that's where the magic occurs. Consider it akin to tending to a fire. If you don't, it will go out. But if you do, it will burn brightly and warm everything around it. One of the most common errors is to assume that a promise completes the task. I can tell you that relationships go wrong when you think you've succeeded. Thrive because both people keep growing, not just separately, but together. And no, I'm not suggesting you move every few years or chase your dreams. It's important to stay curious, set new goals as a team, and bring new energy into your shared life. Your relationship becomes more exciting and less prone to stagnation when you adapt. Ever notice how doing simple tasks can cause stress over time? You'd be surprised at how many relationships go through rough spots because of an uneven amount of daily tasks. And here's the best part. It's easier than you think to fix the problem. Don't wait until anger builds up. Instead, sit down and talk about who does what. Most importantly, be proactive. If she's been cooking a lot, don't wait for her to suggest the dishes. Instead, take the initiative and complete them yourself. This will strengthen your relationship and demonstrate your concern for her well-being. Talk about your interests and hobbies. The balance of your shared life is crucial. Now let's discuss the importance of emotional presence. It's simple to fall into a routine where you're not there but just listening and feeling what she feels. But what keeps that spark alive? Being present means not only hearing what she says, but also listening, feeling what she feels, and engaging without trying to be the hero who solves everything. Sometimes all she needs is your attention and patience. When you show genuine interest, you build a relationship. Such a deep connection. Being a rock when the waves get rough makes her feel safe, and that trust turns into something truly unbreakable because, let's face it, life will throw curveballs. But when you face them together, it only makes the bond stronger. And humor? Humor serves as a crucial element that maintains a sense of lightness when life becomes overwhelming. And it always does. It's not about ignoring the heartbreaking stuff. It's about facing it with a smile, knowing that together your unstoppable laughter cuts through the tension, makes the difficult times bearable, and reminds you that joy is always there. We build relationships by putting in work every day, even on the worst days. They're about growth, mental support, and building a strong foundation of trust, as Will Smith says. You said it so well. Being realistic is the most common way to become mediocre. You don't have to settle for ordinary when you have the potential to be amazing. Love evolves over time, so shouldn't your efforts? Remember number 2. Keep growing and being there for each other, and your love will not only last, it will grow in every exchange. Make it possible for her to chase you. Being challenging in a relationship doesn't mean putting space between you or acting like you don't care. There's a thrill in the pursuit that intensifies attraction, and providing her with a small amount of space to ponder about you will enhance this feeling. If you text her constantly from the start, where's the curiosity? Does she even get a moment to wonder about you and question whether you truly care? If you're always available, she might miss the anticipation that sparks attraction. Your attention is valuable. There's no need to devalue it by giving it away too easily or too soon. If holding back feels uncomfortable, it might reveal a belief that's worth exploring. Here are 3 practical ways to find this balance while dating. When you meet her, truly compliment her on how beautiful she is, but add a touch of humor. Instead of just saying, "You look great," try saying something playful. This push-pull method combines warmth with a light tease, such as, "You're truly stunning," but unfortunately, you're not my type. A sly smile says, I'm not into you at all. The right balance of kindness and humor is magnetic. It makes you feel like you've earned her attention and adds a touch of intrigue when she asks for a small favor and you respond with something lighthearted. This doesn't make you demanding. Instead, it makes her feel like she's contributing to the connection. It's a playful exchange that lets her know she's welcome to interact with you in a relaxed, well-balanced way after a wonderful date. Send a simple text message saying, "Thanks for a great evening." This short, sincere message lets her know you enjoyed her company without giving her too much attention. Don't start a long conversation right away. Instead, let her feel a little curious and give her the chance to reach out. Imagine if you answered every text right away. There would be nothing left to look forward to, like opening all your Christmas presents. Allow her time to think about how she feels about you between conversations. This can increase her attraction and help her connect at her own pace. If she wants to meet up, that's great. Always say yes. If she asks you to hang out and you're busy, simply respond with, "I'm busy tonight, but I'd like to." Share your own stories of growth. "I would love to meet you tomorrow at 8:45. What does that sound like? Repeat this process until she starts to bring up the idea of a relationship. Let her pursue you by resisting the urge to text her all the time or ask her out right away. Going slow helps her feelings for you grow stronger. This method works because she's less likely to lose interest when she's after you. What really sparks her interest is your high value. Inside. Every time you act in a way that shows these traits, you strengthen your decisions and the challenge you pose. If they don't demonstrate interest, the attraction fades away. This simple but powerful rule can help your dating life. Remember that it can take months of dating before she really feels love or deep, ongoing interest, so take your time and let her figure things out at her own pace. If she really likes you, your thoughts after the first date might be similar to hers after 3 or more dates. Be patient and let her grow at her own pace. Number 8. What keeps the light of wow isn't number 6. Love burning? Treat a friendship with care. Treat each other with respect. In a long-term relationship, respect means building a base of trust, honesty, and patience. It's not just about staying out of fights and arguments. It means genuinely appreciating each other's feelings, thoughts, and unique qualities. Warren Buffett asserts that one must earn respect, not impose it. This kind of respect makes both people in a relationship feel valued and seen. But how can you show respect in a way that makes your partner feel like they really matter? How would you react if your partner proposed an idea you thought was impossible? Would you laugh it off or brush it off? Instead, try replying with support. Saying something like, "That sounds interesting." Saying, "Let's talk about it together," not only demonstrates your appreciation for her ideas, but it also bolsters her enthusiasm. The true value lies not in unanimous agreement, but in the assurance that her ideas will not face ridicule. Imagine how you'd feel if she laughed off something important to you. Respect is a two-way street-built moment. Respect also encompasses how you handle problems and disagreements. To be polite, you should listen to her without talking over her or trying to solve her problem right away. As the saying goes, listen to understand, not reply. Discuss your life goals and aspirations immediately by offering solutions that may seem rude, such as, "Is there anything else you'd like to share?" Or, "How can I best help you?" By creating a safe space for her to fully express herself, you establish a connection that affirms her value as an equal. Giving her this room can be very helpful because women often work through their feelings by saying them out loud. Additionally, refrain from offering advice when she expresses stress or frustration. Saying something like, "I believe in you" or "I know you'll figure it out" will boost her confidence without getting in the way of her work. Research in psychology has shown that trust and support from a partner are important for keeping positive relationships that last. Show her that you respect her ability to solve her own problems. Instead of putting her down, you give her strength. Think about normal times, like when you're out with her. Respect means being fully present and not letting your eyes wander or talking about other women. You'd feel hurt if she did the same with other men, right? Being fully present shows that you've chosen to honor her, even if there are other things going on. It demonstrates your focus on her, strengthening your relationship and making her feel important. For long-term connections, keep up the positive vibes. Maintaining long-lasting relationships requires care. Active attention is the key to keeping your partner interested, especially as the relationship grows. However, this is where many men go wrong. They stop putting in as much effort once the relationship is stable. If you want to keep her in love with you, you need to keep dating her, give her positive, consistent attention, and invest in the emotional bond that makes her feel cherished. Never stop taking her out just because you're together. Too often, men stop dating their partners and wonder why they seem distant or unhappy. These feelings don't happen overnight. They build up over time, no matter how busy life gets or how many responsibilities pile up. Set aside time for date nights, and remember to enjoy each other's company just like you did at the beginning. Open up and show that you're weak. Choose an activity, and if she has a better idea, go with it. When she needs your full attention, listen. When she's talking, even if it's only for a few seconds, notice her new shoes or the story she's excited about before going back to what you were doing. These little acts of positive attention show her you value and appreciate her. And when she brings up something serious and you're busy, be honest and offer a specific time to talk about it, like, "I'll be free in 40 minutes. Let's talk." This sets a respectful boundary and lets her know she's worth your full attention. Keep in mind the importance of small gestures such as expressing gratitude, wishing someone a good morning, and wishing them a good night. Avoiding negative behavior like these always leads to a lower level of relationship happiness than doing small positive things like these. The presence of positive acts is more important than the absence of negative ones. Treat her the same way you did when you first started dating her, and keep up that energy for as long as you can. If you weren't doing this on your first date, you might want to start now by giving her your positive attention. You'll be setting the stage for her to stay interested. Keep the fire going. As long as you stay involved, be flexible, and enjoy the little things, you'll stay alive. When you give her your full attention, you're investing in a future full of love and connection. Inner strength, that remarkable power to say no when it truly matters, to stand up and speak your own mind, even if it diverges from the crowd, and to walk away unapologetically when necessary. It may not sound romantic, but when she senses deeply and subconsciously that you can let go and still be whole, that you are complete and self-sufficient, she may actually find herself more drawn to you when you genuinely care about her. Respecting your own voice, especially when it differs from hers, is essential. Agreeing to disagree without diminishing or dismissing her is powerful. It shows a deep sense of inner strength, something she can genuinely trust. And yes, if she's interested, she may test that resolve. Maybe she'll casually bring up other men. And let's be real, not all of these comments are unintentional. Consciously or unconsciously, she's observing, testing your reaction. If you remain calm, if you don't let jealousy cloud your response, you demonstrate a rare, powerful inner calm. This steady presence conveys more than just words. It's important to remember that true control resides within, not outside. Talk about trips and new experiences. Envy, doubt, and fear abound in the world around you. Don't let them change your path. Many people find this unwavering calm irresistible. Sometimes it's about being able to say no when you need to, not to push her away, but to show her that you are independent and that your life isn't based on her approval. This balanced strength, the ability to refuse, tells her that you are a strong, self-reliant man. In a strange way, short-term resistance might just spark a longer-lasting respect and attraction. Say something kind to her, perhaps even a smile if you believe she is being unjust. It's all in how you handle those situations. Show her that you are emotionally stable by guiding her gently without being rude. Women seek support when they're feeling stressed or upset. So if she walks away or crosses your boundaries, don't allow your desperation overwhelm you. Tell her how you feel and then move on. Being confident isn't just about looking good. It's also about being strong. taking care of your own pride. It demonstrates to her and to yourself that you possess the emotional stability necessary to accomplish these tasks independently. When you stand tall and confident, you build real self-respect that is strong and attractive. Her first interest. Her initial interest might develop into something more profound. Keep in mind that the challenges she poses are not obstacles, but rather opportunities to enhance your bond with her and yourself. Stay positive. Number 5. Criteria for how beautiful women are attractiveness factors before the choice. Imagine you're sitting in your favorite bar, enjoying a drink, when a beautiful woman with brown hair and a dress that catches the light walks in. She has an air of ease about her that makes you feel good. But there's a catch. The fact that she's surrounded by 4 well-dressed guys in suits probably doesn't make her more interesting to most people. This intriguing observation gives us a new way to look at pre-election and explains why it affects both men and women so often. On the other hand, men may not always find a woman more attractive when she is surrounded by other men. But for women, when they see you, something intriguing happens. They can discuss family and values with attractive or similar women. It's like their subconscious wakes up, almost as if their instincts send out a magnetic pull. But why does a woman become more interested in you when she thinks you already have the attention of other attractive women? It comes from psychology. Women are usually interested in traits that show inner strength, emotional stability, and confidence. These aren't always simple to pick up on in a short conversation. Men, on the other hand, tend to focus on visual cues like youth and health, which are easier to see right away. This means that a woman's criteria for attraction can be more complicated, and often you must conduct a thorough examination to determine your compliance with the standards. You could think of her interest and attraction as a set of small tests to see how you handle different situations. They're not just for fun, they're her way of testing how you react, and if you pass all of these tests with grace, her attraction grows and turns into a real relationship. You are demonstrating to her the qualities she values without explicitly stating them. This is where pre-select comes in. If she sees that other women of her level are interested in you, she might stop doing some of those tests in her mind. She believed that if these women admired him, he must have already fulfilled their expectations. It's a way for her to quickly assume that you have the qualities she wants, without having to check each one individually. There's also a subtle element of competition at play. The thought that other women want you might make her curious, like, oh, he's someone worth chasing. If she thinks that other women want you, her interest in you naturally grows because she thinks you're a prize worth winning. So let's say you're interested in her and know that other desirable women also find you attractive. What should you do next? This is the place where it's crucial to maintain high standards when you pretend to have options without revealing them. By doing this, you subtly show that you're a high-value partner, even if you're not saying it out loud. Create a lifestyle that you enjoy and that lets you connect with other people. 8. Accept silence, and being present with others and doing social activities that create an air of choice can reignite the spark in a relationship that feels like it's fading. You could casually bring up the idea of pre-election by saying something like, "Remember that friend we ran into at the theater? She texted me about getting coffee." You're merely drawing her attention to the impact of pre-selection on attractiveness. Think about what might happen if you built a life that made people naturally interested in you. How might this change things? It's not just about how dates function, but also about how you feel about your own self-worth and happiness. It's not about pretending to be bored or playing games. It's about living in a way that shows inner strength and mental stability, the very traits that make people really want to be with you. Always, ask yourself how the power of pre-election can help you. What parts of this unconscious psychology can I use to improve my relationships and myself? It's an intriguing way to find out more about yourself, and it could lead to connections that are both deeply important and naturally magnetic. She tested her inner strength from the 4th position. Women talk first about the feeling of love. Imagine that women don't measure physical attraction the same way men do. When a woman first sees you, she's taking in a lot of information, many of which you may not even be aware of. In addition to your appearance, it's how you carry yourself, your style, and most importantly, how comfortable and real you are in your own skin. That's right, she's reading your body language, noticing the ease in your tone, the strength in your eye contact, and even a glimpse of your health and vitality. You need to exude a natural calmness to convey the unsaid confidence. Add social standing and an aura that you may not fully understand, and the situation becomes even more intriguing. She often subconsciously thinks about how many other women might find you interesting. We refer to this process as pre-election, and despite its complexity, it simply involves her determining whether you possess characteristics that appeal to other women. This can pique her interest, so don't disregard it. Using Stoicism in conversations, leave aside where you met and your surroundings, they all affect her first impression. Your natural physical traits, which you may have inherited and can't change, also contribute to that first spark of attraction. What really interests her? Youth and fertility may be at the top of the list. What guys care about? They're not as important to women. Women are interested in a wider range of traits that show something deeper. The positive news is that you can work on most of these initial attraction factors right now. With a little intention, you can elevate the way you show up. But here's where the real magic lies. To build a lasting relationship where she feels deeply and genuinely connected, that initial spark has to grow. Imagine she meets two attractive versions of you and falls in love with one, but ignores the other. What is it about that one that piques her interest and creates an irresistible connection? That's where the real work starts. It's about having traits that make people feel something deeper. While attraction can lead to opportunities, the true magic occurs when you cultivate something genuine and significant. Number 2. Self-worth. Why is number 8 important to you? Discover the secret to attracting people's natural affection. Demonstrating deep self-respect through your actions is a sign of having high intrinsic value. A lot of people, especially guys who are learning self-respect, worry that building their confidence will make them look cocky. This is a common fear, but there is a crucial distinction to be made. Pride tells me that no one else can compare to me. Putting others down to boost your own self-esteem is a common way to do it. True self-esteem, on the other hand, means accepting yourself as you are and not comparing yourself to others. When you adopt this mindset, your value becomes independent of others and emerges organically. This quiet confidence attracts attractive people, especially those who value emotional depth. They tend to see you as you see yourself. Your deeds, not just your words, show how much you value yourself. The significance of genuine connections creates a continuous cycle. You'll feel more confident in your worth when you act in a way that supports that belief. Don't beg her to like you. Most men want approval. Displaying selective interest demonstrates your appreciation for her meeting your standards, a trait that is highly appealing. Encourage her, but show her why she should want you. Show that you're looking for a suitable match by not trying to seem superior, but by truly valuing yourself and knowing the traits you seek in a partner. Respond with a sincere smile and phrases such as, "You're too cute, thank you so much," if she teases you. Accepting playful teasing demonstrates your confidence and sense of humor, two traits that naturally attract others. Keep your confidence steady and cool. Your lack of urgency shows how sure you are of yourself. You're not trying to sell yourself, you believe in it. After she talks, pause for a few seconds. This often makes her want to say more, filling the silence. As the conversation goes on, make her feel comfortable and at ease by encouraging her to talk more. This subtle change in dynamic reflects her attempt to impress you. Asking open-ended questions like, "What do you love doing the most?" will reveal her values and interests while letting her show what makes her unique. This way of talking will help you find out more about her while showing that you're interested. When she talks about something personal, don't downplay it. A neutral comment like, "That's interesting," will keep her feeling safe and reinforce your image as a confident and desirable person. When you have a high intrinsic value, you feel confident without comparing yourself to others. You act like an exceptional person without feeling superior. People will notice your authenticity, especially those who are romantically interested in you. Ralph Waldo Emerson famously stated, "The greatest accomplishment in dating and relationships is being yourself in a world that constantly strives to transform you into someone else." Furthermore, embracing yourself authentically, not to gain approval but because you believe you are worthy, ranks third on the list of women's appreciation. By focusing on these 8 meaningful conversation topics, you're not only deepening your connections but also showing women a genuine and thoughtful side of you. When you make room for these kinds of conversations, you allow relationships to grow with authenticity and respect, which are qualities valued in both Stoic philosophy and real connection. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more on Stoicism, relationships, and personal growth. Always remember, having a genuine conversation is the most effective way to connect with someone. Next video will be up soon.